Okay, so I gave you the solutions again, same thing. And remember, cumulative frequency, once you get the basic frequency, which is how many times these numbers occur within these intervals, right? So 7 of the numbers were from 51 to 100, right? So 7 of the numbers, so you got the 98, right? You got the 99, you got 2 100s, and you got a 98, okay? And that's the same thing for the other 3 groups. And so less than or equal to 100, there's 7 numbers. Less than or equal to 150, notice now we're adding 7 plus 7. Less than or equal to 200, now we add the 10. So 24 numbers are less than or equal to 200, which would be the sum of 7, 7, 10. And then less than or equal to 250, now you add 6. So if you sum all these 4 frequencies, you would get 30, which is how many numbers are less than or equal to 250. And when you do the height of the bars based upon the cumulative frequency, this is going to look like a staircase. Okay? And I just used the last number in each group to structure the x-axis intervals on the bottom. Okay, same thing here. And there's the height of the bars. So, oops, it looks like I forgot to put the intervals on the bottom, but that's not a big deal. We already have them up here. All right, technically that should be the case, but yeah, not that big of a deal. Okay, and the same thing here. Now I didn't do the tally marks, okay, but and again, notice when we do cumulative frequency, notice the intervals are changing because it's always based upon less than or equal to. All right, so there's your bars, and I just use the last numbers in each interval to make the x-axis. Okay, and then I started asking some questions. So if they give you the cumulative frequency distribution, then you got to interpret what the total numbers are referring to, okay? So less than or equal to, if it's cumulative frequency, less than or equal to the 29 were 8 numbers. Less than or equal to 39 were 18 numbers. And so notice only 10 of those numbers were in the 30s. The other 8 were in the 20s. Okay? Now I just said less than 40 here, but less than or equal to 39 is equally applicable. All right, so we only start including the 40s once we get to the 3rd column. So 18 of those numbers were less than or equal to 39. Including the 40s, we got 25. So notice that's 7. We had 7 more numbers that were in the 40s to get the 25. Okay? Now, picking which one there is, the main difference is that there were zeros from 71 to 80 for the 2 on the right, but on the left, there was a 2. But wait, if you look at the numbers, there's no 70s. So if there's no 70s, then that means that second group has to be 0. Okay, and it looks like from 81 to 90, there's 6 numbers, not 8. So that is why that is correct. Okay, now when you find the position of the median, you basically should do the cumulative frequency so you can tell where you need to look. So if you add all the frequencies, you get the total amount of users represented in this data. And then when you do the n plus 1 divided by 2, that becomes 24 divided by 2, which is 12. So we got to find the 12th number. Okay, and notice once you go into the second group, that's going to be from the 11th to the 17th number. And so the 12th number would be in the second group because 12 is in between 11 and 17.